everybody. Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles. And today we're at Shelby in Havre, Montana. And, oh, wait a minute. Welker Farms in Shelby, Montana. Oh boy, there we go. And yeah, it's got the K100E and the Doepker Legacy grain trailer. Used to be SWC, but it's with BART now. And I pulled into the yard and I saw the there was a Legacy B double parked under this auger. And I thought, oh dang, maybe they got with BART and got the tarp opening on it and everything, but nope. Or at least not in this version of the cargo mod I have. So, but anyway, we got a load on here and we're heading down to Judith Gap. So we'll just show you where that is. We're going to go down here over towards Great Falls and hang a south down on here, down to Judith Gap, and going to the drop them off. It looks like some grain bins. Now, I haven't been down here before, so that's going to be new because every other time we've been over here with hay or cattle or machinery. So that's pretty cool. Something new at that end. And really something new at this end with this Doepker Legacy. So, good times. Let's hop in and get going. So you recognize that sound? I got the that new Z-Mod 3406 in here. And this open def, courtesy of Tommy on Time and Eric, is I just got the one engine working. That's all I was able to do. So I don't know where I was going wrong. And I looked at what they did, and it's not a whole lot different than what I was doing. So I don't know. Really don't know what to say. I'm sure when I figure it out, it's going to be some simple little thing that I overlooked or get some punctuation out of place or something. But it's not to worry about. Just carry on here. So the weight and the load is, wow, 91,580. Holy. Tried something different when I was backing up under that auger. And that is, if you lift the drop axles on this, you end up with just the front axle on the lead trailer and the front axle on the back trailer. And boy, with that lead axle up, or only one down rather, and where the fifth wheel is on that, does it ever change the backing up dynamic of this trailer? Super quick. You know, and even for a reasonably long wheelbase truck I have on here, that was really different. Now, I don't know with 90,000 pounds, you'd want to try it. Getting both those axles lifted up. So this is the new 1.02 again. There's that big gasp again, and I don't know. Don't know about that, how loud it is at times. Like, I know it's there. Like, somebody was complaining to me that I should ought to go have a ride in a real truck. Like, oh my God. Hello, have you been following the channel? Oops, supposed to stop here. Yikes. Uh-oh. We just kind of rolled right out on the track. But anyway, whatever. Everybody knows more than everybody else, or they think they do. And I'm not saying I know anything that anybody else doesn't. I'm just saying from personal experience, I think that big gasp of, it sounds like a gasp of air, but it's supposed to be the, you know, maybe it is the, or most likely it really is, oops, the pressure relief. As I've said many times before, that when you let off the throttle, the turbo's spinning like crazy, you drop the throttle, there's no demand for boost or fuel, and so the pressure in the intake system is blown out of what, you know, in racing it's called a pop-off valve or blow-off valve, and that gets rid of that pressure in the pipe, and then you build your pressure up again when you're needing it as you've shifted. So you don't want to be making all that boost and when you're trying to get the engine running slower to get into the next gear. So anyway, and different engines make different sounds. I'm well aware of it. So right there, you can hear a little boom. You know, that's normal. And that big thing ain't, as far as I'm concerned. And I just think that, you know, maybe the recording, maybe that bit of it's a little loud. I don't know. If we didn't hear one there, I don't know why it's so random. But somebody else was mentioning that about these ATS transmissions and wondering about that. When you go from low range into high range back into the third hole or whatever you want to call it, first gear in a standard in a car, you know, that you're straight ahead there, that the split was really useless. And well, it is. It's nothing to do with the engine. It's everything to do with the gear ratios and the split between the two. Like, you essentially got the same transmission and you run through it twice, in a low range and a high range. And when that range is selected and you come back into the same, what was your lowest previously shifted gear, and you go back into it in the high range, that gear is not a sequential gear in the transmission you just shifted. You're going back to the start with a range change, and that's can have a different ratio separation between when you're in the same hole in low range and then you go back to it in high range. So I'll show you what I do here to avoid that, because this transmission does it, but you don't hear me suffer with it. I'm going to stop here and I'll show you the trick. So I'm just going to go in low range, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just going to do this. I'm going to in from low range. When I go into high range, I'm going to move my splitter forward. I'm going to skip that gear, and it's almost like going 3 gears, but it's going to be more like 2. So anyway, just listen to this. You'll see why I don't have that issue. You don't hear it very often unless you've got a super heavy load on. So get ready. So now we're going to move the range, and I'm moving the splitter forward too. Whoops. No, I did it wrong. I went the range without splitting it. That's what I did. I didn't go to high range in the lower gear. That's what I do. Right. Got that backwards. We'll do it the next time. We're going to have lots of opportunity through... I was trying to explain what I do naturally by habit, and I said it wrong. Yeah, so you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then once you're in the low range, split that final gear, and then don't bring it into low split and go into that next gear in high range. Just leave it there, and you don't notice a gap. We'll get. I'll demonstrate it better next time. We'll have opportunities here, I'm sure. Well, looking forward to seeing more engines with all these sound effect features and the new sound. Oh yeah, somebody else was asking about the overlay at the bottom of the screen there. That's from Truckee. So in your Truckee settings, you can set that up. Really got more on there than I need, but it's all right. So yeah, it's been a busy week and running around. God, you know, I was complaining the other day in a video about having to run out to the welding supply store 2 days in a row. Well, geez, didn't I have to go back today? Because I bought some new, well, they call it contact tip, but it's the little screw-in nozzle that the wire, the final bit the wire comes out of on your MIG welder. And I went and got some new ones. And went to set them all up this morning, and well, they wouldn't screw in very well into my torch, my handle, you know, my MIG handle. And so if they're not screwed in all the way, they're sticking out a bit too much. And I got the new nozzle too, like the outer shield, and yeah, it was a mess. I think the alignment of everything was all out of whack. And so I guess they, you know, my old tip and everything was so old that something got in the threads in there over time and buggered it up, and the nozzle was going in far enough, and plus wear and everything on it, it was okay. But with the new bits, nothing lined up right, so back to the welding store. God dang it. I did finally get that set of trailing arms built that I was hoping to have done by today. It's 95% done, but and the heat cooked me out of the garage. It's that Cummins engine, I think it is. I can't remember which one it is. An ISX. And the blow-off valve on it gives a little pop and whistle. But it's really consistent. You know, if you've got the boost, it does it on every shift. This one seems to be a little, you know, indecisive. Okay, we're going to get lots of lights here, so I'll show you what I meant by that. I bungled that explanation for you. Sounds like it's got a Detroit over there. Sounds like a two-stroke Detroit. So I'm gonna go. So I've got low range, obviously on the split, and I got this low range on the range. Splitters back and low, and we're gonna go. So we're gonna go to. Oh, I got the Jake on. So now I'm going to split this. And now when I go to this next gear, I've got the splitter back. And I've gone up a range. And you didn't see that awkward. It seemed like pretty normal right through all those gears. We didn't have sort of an awkward, almost an overlap where the two gears are almost the same. Oh, here, we get to do it again. Oh boy, the brakes, yikes, got a lot of weight on. When, yeah, because if you go in low range into, what is it? Oh, shoot. I always forget. Third, seventh. I gotta look at it, fifth. Yeah. If you go into fifth low, and then you split it again into fifth high, it's almost like nothing happened. So here we go again. Splitters back. Hopefully that light stays green. And now we're going to split that gear. That's the first split in the low range. It's a little close. Then we go up here, pull it back into low and go into the next gear. And it doesn't seem as goofy. So I get that the microphone, like when Seema's doing a recording, the microphone is picking up all these sounds, and that sound we're hearing, that big gulp there. But I'm wondering if the mic was kind of close to wherever that was, and the mic is hearing it differently than your ear would in real life. Is your ear really hearing that? Because we got a mic sitting beside it, or, you know, in the recording. Are we hearing it louder than it would have been? Just wondering. I don't know if you guys have ever, there's a, I can't remember what the name of the show is called, but I've seen it a few episodes. Remember the old Top Gear from the UK? Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May. They... the Stig, their final, the last driver they had, I guess, is the Stig. Or was he? Was he the second last? Anyway, Ben Collins is his name. He's got this little series they do over there where there's this underground tunnel. And it's really, really long. It's not like big or anything. And, whoops. He, takes a... you know, sports cars, racing cars, whatever, Grand Prix cars through this tunnel, and they have sound recording all through the tunnel. You know, he goes flying by, and they also have in the cockpit, the sound is just incredible. Like, to hear these engines in there, and at the end of it, they show a head that they use, and they got microphones in the head to do the recording of what he's hearing. So when they show sort of a mannequin head there, it's kind of a cool thing. And I was just thinking that I wonder what it'd be like to have that kind of recording in the cab of a semi, where the actual driver would wear the equivalent to a helmet, I guess, with a whole bunch of different mics on it, like small mics all around it. They would really pick up the effect, and, you know, when you turn your head and you look over here, you look up, whatever, the sound effect, it's just like you're the person in the vehicle. It's so cool. And that would be a neat thing to see these interior recordings start to use, but it might be a ways off yet. So this is an 805 horsepower engine. Oh, there's a weigh scale coming up. I don't even know what this trailer weighs. God darn. Where's the trigger? Oh, not going in. Good thing we don't have a parameter to look at in here. We'd be pretty alarmed. We're running it pretty hard here. I'd still like to go down on that little dirt road down there and just go fly in there and drive along it, because it seems to travel along for a little, you know, little distance. I think if we get out, we'll see. Oh darn, we don't have the pivot cam. We're getting there, 70 miles to go. And out here in the country, that's not too far with the 19-to-1. Yeah, so hopefully later today, get to do a little one-on-one in that RPM map in Germany. And won't make the whole video in ETS or anything, but or the live stream. We'll head back to ATS World, but definitely want to check that out. Show it to you guys. And another cool one-to-one map. Little recon flourish there. SCS loves you. I should try one of the trannies with the 1219 first gear and see what that does on your low to high split range change rather. Getting a hurry up there, but we should be all right. We're inside of 50 miles to go. Take us a while to get up to speed here. Going uphill, but we're going to do it. There we go, 65. Now, I wonder what unloading's going to be like. I guess... Well, I shouldn't guess. I don't know. We'll find out. If there's a grate, or... I guess there's no dynamic unloading with this trailer. If there's no loading, it's... Can't really be expecting that. Hopefully this site we're going to is long trailer friendly. Oh, forgot to take a photo. Yeah, a sec, guys. Man, it looks like some nasty weather brewing up back there. Well, we're just going to drive right onto it, I guess. Here's the trailer banging away. You don't hear it when you're up here, or at least so much. So when you're back here, yeah, it was a good little trip. Nice drive. Good to get in the old K100 again, and once again with this new engine. There we go. Oh man, for one, oh look at that. So that's what got me at the other site. There was the, you know, same default Legacy B double parked under that auger, the combine back at the ranch there, the Welker Farms. So I thought I'd prompted me to grab the trailer and give her a go. And this is an older skin. I've had it out for a long time now. I tell by the white background sticker on the door. It's pretty old. I don't know what that is. Is that 21? 21, 22. I forget. Well, we could look. Let's have a look and see if it's clear enough to read. Oh, gotta go the right way on here. Just have a little look at the door. Oops, we're going too fast. $22. Yep. All right, guys. Well, thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed the trip. Always good to get the, like I say, the K100. It's always about a lot of fun to get out and drive. It doesn't get enough love, but well, I mean, darn, it's one of the most popular things on Steam. So maybe that's not true. I don't know. I guess people, there's still guys, diehards out there like me that just love driving it, and why not? It's a good truck. I just leave that spot mirror off nowadays. It makes me a lot happier because it's all like really clunky looking. But if you just choose this mirror option, then you forget all about it. All right, take care, guys. We'll catch you on the next one, and bye for now.